In a world where the gods are numerous and incredibly bored, what are they going to do to entertain themselves? They're going to play games with humans. Hello everybody and welcome to another light novel review. Justice R. Stone here, talking about volume number 1 of God's Games We Play. This one's by Kei Sazane. It's released officially in English by Yen Han. If you want to pick up your own copy, I'll have a link in the description down below. Now, if you read a bunch of other light novels or you watch a bunch of anime, you may be familiar with Kei Sazane's other work, Our Last Crusade, or The Rise of a New World. So that's another title that they wrote in addition to this one, and just like that one, God's Games We Play is getting an anime adaptation. So if you think this one sounds good, you've got that to look forward to as well. In God's Games We Play, we have a world where humanity is on the brink. There is a very small part of the world that humankind has been able to live in. Essentially, they are stuck in walled cities with very little room for growth. Outside the cities, there roam incredibly powerful and dangerous beasts, and nature is just horribly inhospitable. In order to survive in this world, humans have begun to become reliant on human beings who are granted special abilities called Arise. And these are granted to them not because the gods are benevolent and kind, but because the gods want to play games. And as humans win games against the gods, they are able to increasingly use more of their Arise's powers in the real world away from the arena of the gods' games. So in this way, they become incredibly important to humankind, and not just the games in terms of being important to people for clout, or there is some kind of promised prize if someone can actually win 10 games against the gods. But, as I said, these people that are granted special abilities and then are able to use them in the real world are a way that humanity has become reliant upon in order to advance, in order to expand, and in order to explore. Our main character, Faye, has also been granted an Arise, and he's only just started to compete in the Gods Games a year before the story starts taking place. His position is known as an apostle, so anyone who plays games and has been granted an Arise, they are apostles. It's also worth noting that if you fail to win 3 games, you're out. You don't get to compete again. So there's sort of like this mad dash for people not only to win the games, not only for the sake of humanity at large, but also for themselves, because, again, some kind of big prize at the end of winning 10. But also, people don't want to get eliminated because then they can't do anything. Faye is a rookie that a lot of people have high hopes for, because in his first 3 appearances in the Gods Games, he's won all of them. Faye is obsessed with games, and is seen in some ways as a prodigy when it comes to games. And so when humanity unearths a former god who decided to descend to the world in human form just so that she could play games with people, they decide that the best person to have her hang out with is Faye, because he's probably the only one who can handle this game-obsessed god. And so Faye and Lesia, the former god, decide to work together to compete in the Gods Games further so that Faye can finally achieve whatever the end goal is. He's hoping that it will help him in a quest that he personally has, and Lesia so she can regain her godhood. Now let's be honest, there isn't a lot in this book that's super original. I mean, gods playing games like No Game No Life did that years ago. People given God-given abilities in academies, learning to use those abilities. Like, I can't even count how many light novels that is. Even people obsessed with games, like that just seems to be a thing. It's not always supernatural. I mean, of course, there's other stories where people are gifted for games. But in general, though, I thought that the story initially was off to a pretty good start. First of all, I liked that there was a setup that actually made the games relevant to humankind in general. A lot of these games type things are based on personal accomplishment and personal advancement. And I did appreciate that this one added that extra layer that people also become more useful to humanity, and that humanity in a way is pinning its own hopes on the success of these people because there is a net benefit for humans at large for these people to do well. It gave the desire to do the games and to compete in the games a little bit more depth, and certainly explained why there would be sort of this international group, the Arcane Court, that was in charge of training apostles and keeping track of the games and strategies and everything else, and sort of funding the games so that they could continue. And honestly, it didn't start off too bad either with the main characters. Faye is, kind of your typical vanilla male protag of a light novel. But Leschia, I liked her. She was very confident, and she was very self-determined, and she really wasn't too worried about what anybody thought or did as long as she got to play her games and move forward. And then halfway through the book or so, things change. And all of a sudden, Kei Sazani is like, I'm writing a light novel, and so I need to make Leschia be jealous and insecure of her breast size. And I need to have, a bumbling female character introduced, even though supposedly, these are games where people have to really push themselves to mental and physical limits. Yeah, I kind of felt let down by the way this book ended. It was almost like, we haven't thrown enough light novel tropes in here, so we got to start throwing in light novel tropes, right? We got to throw in that, Leschia's just not really all that careful, and her, cockiness and everything else has actually led to her doing bad things to other apostles, so none of them want to work with her or Faye. And, we've got to introduce a girl with really big boobs that'll make, Leschia get all insecure and leave us with a half-page rant about breast size. That's just gotta go. Okay, that's gotta go. There's, there's just some things in light novels that just gotta go, and that's gotta go. There's a lot of other stuff that's gotta go. There's probably more important stuff that's gotta go. But, man, it just bothers me because the idea in general is not bad. Obviously not, because it's been used to pretty good effect in other places. I appreciated the fact that it wasn't certainly initially it was not as pervy, or, the main characters weren't as indecent as No Game, No Life. And so I kind of thought, okay, well, maybe this will take a little bit more of a serious side of things, and maybe we'll actually be kind of these are cool games, and it's cool the way that they figured it out, and then it stops being like that. So I was a little disappointed by the way this one ended, and it kind of made it harder to overlook the ways that it's similar to a lot of other light novels and a lot of other manga. So overall, I've got some mixed feelings about this. Like I said, there's a couple of good ideas. The characters start okay, and then it's almost like the author feels like they've got to make certain things happen, and they've got to hit certain trope triggers so things get changed, which, yeah, it was a bummer. But overall, I've read worse. I'm going to say that. I've read worse. And like I said, I do appreciate that the games had a larger reason to happen. I was not entirely blown away by some of the reveals at the end, which I won't spoil, but it kind of makes me feel like there's some even more like predictable, typical type storylines coming. I kind of get the gist that this is going to be sort of that irregular at Magic High School thing where there's going to be other sections of the Arcane Court that are going to want to compete right against Faye and Leshia. Yeah. I don't know. There's 7 volumes of this one in Japan. And like I said, it's getting an anime adaptation. So, I mean, clearly it's got some level of popularity. I don't know. I'll be curious to see where this goes. I'm not sure if I'll read more of it. I probably won't right now because I certainly have other stuff that I'd rather be reading. But hey, you know what? If you read future volumes of this one and you come back to this video, leave a comment. Let me know. Does it get any better or does it stay stupid? And does it start having harems left, right, and center? Because I'm over harems too. Hey, let me know. What are your thoughts? Have you read it? What do you think? Do you think this is... I kind of wonder if this one will make a better anime. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I find like when I read a light novel, I think to myself, man, this would probably make a good anime. But it probably is not as awesome as a book. And I don't know with this one. Maybe it'll make a better anime. There's certainly like... I think with the games element of it, I could see it being like some really good action sequences that would be a lot of fun to watch. And if it's a good animation company behind it, could be cool. So maybe it'll be one that I probably won't read any more of, but maybe I'll at least check out the first season and see what it's like. So those are my thoughts on God's Games We Play. Like I said, if you've read it, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. In the meantime, if you liked the video, give it that big old thumbs up. Let YouTube know that I'm alive and well. And I hope to see you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye for now.